runner gets herself a really nice juicy leg tan. A long-distance runner in the UK got a bit more than she bargained for after running a brutal 69-mile marathon in the hot baking sun. Mother Julie Nisbet was participating in a coast-to-coast run between Carlisle and Newcastle along Hadrian's Wall in an event titled The Wall. Nisbet says she put on sunscreen before the race, but didn't reapply during the run. Unfortunately for her, running for 21 hours in temperatures hovering around 30 degrees Celsius under a blazing sun probably wasn't the best thing for her mayonnaise-colored skin. After the mega run, she started seeing small sacs of pus pop up all over her sunburnt calves. The small sacs then turned into huge water balloons filled with orange pus. Thirsty, anyone? The 11-time marathon runner is now chilling and recovering at home, but says she plans to run again. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Ouch, that looks like it hurts.
Warning: the following images contain graphic content. An Indonesian woman suffering from a rare disfiguring skin condition has been forced to flee her village home after being disowned by her family. For the last 3 years, the 46-year-old woman, who like many Indonesians uses just one name, Sarotin, has been suffering from an unsightly condition, believed to be neurofibromatosis. The disturbing affliction has riddled her entire body with hundreds of bubble-like tumors. Half her face has been obscured by a large bulging tumor, while an innumerable amount of smaller ones dot the rest of her body. The widowed mother of 4 was forced to leave her children after her family disowned her, following her alarming transformation. She made the journey from her home village near the West Java city of Bandung to the Indonesian capital, Jakarta. Sarotin said she couldn't afford medical treatment in her village.
Jigger fleas burrow so deep you have to cut them out. If you've just returned from South America or Sub-Saharan Africa and you find this white spot with a dark center dot on your feet or hands, watch out. Because it could be jiggers, or chigo fleas, which are common parasites in tropical and subtropical areas with dry, warm soil and sand. While jiggers can appear in beaches, farms, and wooded areas in countries like Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya, locals who go around barefoot are most often affected by them. Chigo fleas feed on warm-blooded hosts, such as humans and cattle, when their skin is exposed. While male jiggers will leave after a nice bloody meal, females aren't that easy to shake off. They burrow headfirst into the host's skin, leaving the tips of their tails outside. Over the next 1 to 2 weeks, they can swell considerably, incubating eggs and causing an intensely irritating skin infection called tungiasis. The eggs are laid outside the skin and fall onto the ground before they hatch. In extreme cases, the host skin becomes flaky, and a scalpel is required to cut out the jigger. Alcohol or disinfectant is then applied. The painful wounds can make daily activities such as walking difficult. Jiggers can also cause gangrene, tetanus, and blood poisoning, which can be fatal. Fumigation of affected areas can help eradicate the bugs. People living in jigger-infested areas are encouraged to wear shoes for protection.
Drug allergic reaction peels away 90% of students' skin. A Georgia grad student was left almost blind and without a vast majority of her skin following a rare allergic reaction to a common drug used to treat seizures and mood disorders. Meet Kalia Shah, a public health graduate student at Georgia College and State University. Back in 2013, Shah was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and prescribed lamotrigine. Within a month of taking the medication, she developed a weird rash on her face and noticed her lips were always peeling off. Doctors initially told her she had the flu, but one night she woke up with an excruciating pain and thought she was having a nightmare when her hair, face, and fingernails started to fall off right before her very eyes. Doctors decided to put the 24-year-old into medically induced coma to alleviate her pain and eventually diagnosed her with Stevens-Johnson syndrome. SJS is a rare disorder that starts off with flu-like symptoms and attacks the top layer of the skin, forming a rash that spreads into blisters. It eventually makes the layers of the epidermis shed and fall. The disease is caused by toxins from a drug or an infection, which if not treated can even prove fatal. Shaw awoke after 5 weeks to find 90% of her skin, nails, and nearly all of her hair gone. The brave young woman has undergone a long road to recovery, which has included seizure treatments and months spent at a burn center. 13 months in, Shaw says it still haunts her to think about what the doctors did to her at the hospital. She had to postpone her studies because of her vision and has since started a blog to cope with the impact of her unfortunate illness.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support Tomo News at patreon.com/TomoNews.